one-day international team, comments that were carried on TV8 and by other media. Last Friday, during the media session, Simmons said both he and chief selector Clive Lloyd had been in favor of Dwayne Bravo and Kieran Pollard's re-inclusion in the one-day team, but the 5-member selection panel had voted 3-2 against. Courtney Walsh, Eldine Baptiste, and Courtney Brown are the other selectors on the panel. Simmons voices disappointment at not having the best possible one-day unit for the tour of Sri Lanka and said there was too much of what he called outside interference in the selection process. Simmons therefore will not travel with the West Indies on next month's tour to Sri Lanka until the matter is cleared up. In the meantime, Baptiste, a member of the original tour party to Sri Lanka as the selector on tour, will assume the coaching responsibilities. Now, we'll have more on this development during CBC Sports later from 8:30 p.m. on TV8. After a year's break, the 4th edition of the David Thompson Memorial Constituency Council's Football Classic kicked off last night with a double-header at the Gull Hill playing field. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Steve Blackett, Minister of Social Care, Constituency Empowerment and Community Development, said the tournament is the perfect marriage between sports development and community development.
We have in the past witnessed the tapping of hidden talents, young footballers who would not normally be seen on a national stage being identified and sought after by Premier League teams. Other areas which have received immediate stimulus from this tournament include opportunities for entrepreneurial activity such as vending and the building of stronger communities through the leadership of community practitioners. Business opportunities for persons in the community in the area of music DJs and commentating skills have also been provided and nurtured. Let me add that the behavior of patrons for this tournament has in the main been outstanding, and it is felt that this stems from the fact that the sport has received a buy-in from the communities who see it as their own tournament manned by their own people. It may be noted that for all the years of the tournament, not one case of violence of undesirable behavior has been recorded.
Acting Prime Minister Richard Seeley noted that the youth are making changes in the country.
This tournament speaks volumes of the numerous opportunities to us as citizens of Barbados to respond more effectively to our young people. Let us continue to fully utilize sporting and cultural endeavors as vehicles to inculcate and reinforce the positive values that we need to create the environment that is conducive to establishing an inclusive and cohesive society based on positive social relations that are key elements in our national development.
And after those proceedings, the defending champions Christchurch East Central took on St. Michael West Central in the season opener. CBC's Sean Green reports.
Christchurch East Central taking on St. Michael West Central in the grey. The ref points to the spot after this striker goes down. Jabari Chandler steps up, shoots, and he scores. Approaching half-time, and the St. Michael team on the go. Stopped by the defense, but only for a moment. Look out, Jason Haynes, the custodian, diving at fresh air, and it's all tied up now. The ball comes in, and St. Michael with another chance, and over it goes. Then the ball finds Chandler again, and he had a little work to do, but he still found his mark. And that's the way it stayed. St. Michael West Central 1, Christchurch East Central 2. Sean Green, CBC Sports.
YMCA Wildcats remained in the lead of the BABA Under-19 basketball competition after they defeated Warrens 81-63 at the Willie Gym. Reporting on that game is CBC's Anna-Marie Burke.
Warrens took early command of this Under-19 fixture with the YMCA Wildcats. The Warrens youngsters came out blazing, Jonathan Dotting off the glass. But the Wildcats kept the game a close one, as at the end of the first 15, it was just a 3-point lead to Warrens, 17-14. Warrens capitalized on that momentum into the second quarter, dominate Jervis with an easy basket. Jervis then went outside the arc for this 3. Wildcats, however, were now getting into their game. Nikolai Burton beating the defense. The Wildcats were on a roll with threes, and Joseph Thorne. How about Alec Green to get in on the act as the Wildcats took command, ending the half with the 40-34 advantage. Third quarter action now, and the Wildcats defense was proving just as strong as their offense. Doing the work all by himself on this play was Joel Hunt. The game's star player had a game-high 24 points. On the other end, Warren's main man was Jervis, here shooting 3 of his 19. But Wildcats meant that their lead would not be diminished and ended the third 66-54. Final 15, and they brought in the little shotters, I call them. Gavin Phillips sinks the 3. He's small but powerful. And he'll do it a second time, taking the pass from who else but his twin brother Gavon, the Wildcats' secret weapons. Jervis still trying to keep Warrens in the game. He has great skill. But at the final whistle, it will be YMCA Wildcats to take the win over Warrens Sports Club 81-63. Anne-Marie Burke, CBC Sports.
The Barbados Cycling Union is making steady progress as preparations continue for next month's 15th Caribbean Elite Road Race Cycling Championship. Speaking at a media briefing recently at the Caribbean Media Corporation, BCU Vice President Charlie Pyle said there are plans to create a Games Village so that the entire family can enjoy the October 17th to 18th event while supporting the home team. Barbados has fielded a 10-member team, which is expected to be spearheaded by 24-year-old Darren Matthews.
This circuit is just under 15 kilometers long, 14.9 or somewhere about. Therefore, it will take the men approximately 27 minutes, 28 minutes to lap. During that time, we had to think of something to keep our spectators and patrons occupied. And to do this, we have set up a Games Village where we will provide food, light entertainment, health services, various vendors. We are hoping that vendors for sports clothing, vitamin supplements, etc. are there so that patrons can come and have a day of it. We also want to set up facilities for the kids, the youngsters, and there will be a demonstration of our youth development program and the radical bike racers, the BMX type racers doing their stunts in a section of this Games Village.
Spectators don't have to worry about missing any of the event, as the BCU announced that the championship will be streamed live via the CMC.
We've partnered with Slipstream through CMC to provide live coverage. When I say live coverage, let me be very specific. They will be covering the footage of the race and providing it to a live stream point so that spectators should be able to see the competition from whatever the location is on the course. They should be able to see the competition on the entire course. And this is going to be offered on a streaming screen at the Start Village, and we also want to offer it on streaming service for smartphones, tablets, etc.
Action has resumed at the tennis center in Wilde when the Seoul Nationals Open and Seniors Tournament served off over the weekend. The 2 weeks competition will run until October 10th.
This year we have a draw of about 50 players, which is wonderful. We have lots of juniors, and we are very happy to also have some of the former Davis Cup players who have come back to play in the Open, and these would include players like Ryan Mosley, Damian Applewhite, Bernard Frost, and Craig Smith. We are exceedingly pleased that Seoul has come on board with this tournament. They have been very involved with the Tennis Association in also sponsoring our primary schools program with schools in this general area, which gives young children an opportunity to get involved with the game at a very early age.
The Open, however, is missing some of the island's top players due to national commitments.
It was a bit unfortunate with the timing of the Davis Cup that a couple of our top players have to prepare for a big match against Uruguay, so they won't be playing. So it's a good opportunity for some of our lower ranked players and top juniors to make a name for themselves and possibly get selected. I mean, I'm sure everyone's been hearing about the recent Davis Cup success, so right now we're on a high. We lost the last 2 matches, unfortunately, but we're looking to win the next one in a few weeks to stay where we are, which is quite out front in Caribbean tennis at the moment.
Well, I'll be back with volleyball finals and more sports at 8:30. But up next, the business report.